Getting started with QEEG Pro Z-score training with Joule. Joule offers enhanced options and techniques. Dynamic Z-score training is no longer needed. Semi-fixed thresholds have now been introduced along with other options. Joule enhancements include 3 topics. First, it replaces floating dynamic thresholds, which are constantly changing, with easy-to-set auto thresholds that challenge the brain. These thresholds are fixed, or they're semi-fixed, and they only change occasionally. Second, these enhancements include changes from monotone to pitch variable on the fly as desired. Third, optional photic stimming is allowed, so when the feedback tones stop, photic stimming can begin. Using the 2-to-1 rule, for example, we can stim at 14 Hertz, which increases 14 Hertz amplitude and reduces 7 Hertz amplitude. It's the 2-to-1 rule. Or you could just pulse at 40 Hertz for greater cognitive performance. This is what the sliders look like. The first slider is the Z-score % tab. It allows you to make an easy adjustment, so there is a semi-fixed 55% training with monotone and 85% training with pitch variable. One setting for both. Then there's the sound choice tab, which allows you to quickly set from monotone to pitch variable in just one moment. And then if you're using monotone feedback, you have the option of using photic stim. Photic stim pulsing rates can be set instantly with the slider bar. Our first tab is the % Z-score tab. Start the program off, just like we always do. And after about 45 to 60 seconds, look at the suggested thermometer value. And notice that's the suggestion. And then move the thermometer to match that value. You just do it one time. You don't have to do it again. That will guarantee that you'll be maintaining approximately 55% feedback with monotone sounds and 85% feedback with pitch variable sounds. This is the end to dynamic Z-score training thresholds. Fixed thresholds are more powerful. Early reports from the field indicate that clinicians who stopped using dynamic thresholding for Z-score training are now using Z-score training again with semi-fixed thresholds. Our next tab is the sound tab. Notice very simply move the slider up to get monotone sounds, move it all the way down to get pitch variable sounds. You could do it on the fly, it happens instantly. Monotone sounds, 55%. Pitch variable sounds, 85%. The sounds are very, very pleasing. If you're using monotone sounds, you have the option to use photic stim as well. This is the photic stim tab. Now you can set that thermometer to any range you wish. For example, if you set it to 14 Hertz, it will increase 14 Hertz amplitude while reducing 7 Hertz amplitude. It's the 2-to-1 rule. Or train at 40 Hertz to improve cognitive performance, if that's what the client needs. Remember, while you're doing feedback tones, it means the client is successfully reaching the mean of the database within plus or minus 1.5 standard deviations. So there's no photic stimming then. It's when the client moves outside that range that the photic stimming begins, and that's what helps the client to perform so well. Lastly, we will include a sound demonstration. You will be watching this protocol in action. You'll be hearing the sounds changing and the photic stim changing as well. Of course, we won't be showing you photic stim glasses, but you will see the value on the screen. Joule database software can be directly purchased from eegcheckout.com. Semi-fixed auto threshold Z-score training will be released in the very near future. However, Joule database software already includes automated report writing, thousands of built-in protocols, protocols that can be developed from symptoms or database results, protocol creation using graphic 1020 and graphic S-Loretta heads, weekly check sheets, beta version of a CPT test, dual processing of QEEG Pro and Joule's database, and much, much more.